Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Strat Gamer here, providing you with the new Transport Fever 2 episode. We are starting the campaign. This will be episode 1 for the first mission, and this campaign is great to play as a tutorial if you don't know the game, but it's also a way to go through history because each of the mission will show you different map, different places in the world, but also different times. We start quite early in the 19th century and move to 21st century at the end. So anyway, let's dive in. While we do so, please do consider subscribing to the channel if you're into strategy games, city building games, simulations. That's exactly what I cover. So subscribe so you never miss another episode and you help support the channel. Okay, let's dive in. We're not just gonna do, base campaign. We're also gonna make sure we get all of the bonuses. So do stay tuned for that. And of course, I'll try to share any, tips and tricks along the way for everybody. Okay, let's dive in. And do feel free to use the chapter functionality if you want to, for example, skip the intro, cinematic, things like this, and dive right into the actual gameplay.
Mankind is constantly creating amazing new inventions. Get involved in rapid technological progress and ensure smoothly running transportation in different regions of the world.
Okay, so let's dive in chapter 1, mission 1.
The west coast of America, in the midst of the 19th century. In the Nevada territory, where until recently only a handful of buffalo grazed, nowadays it's all hustle and bustle. Beyond the Sierra and near the Carson River, gold has been found. There's supposed to be loads of it. All you need to do is dig it up. Anyone who keeps at it hard enough will be richly rewarded. What a splendid opportunity.
Okay, so with mission 1, we start with America on the 19th century. As you can see, 3 bonus tasks. We'll make sure to complete them. And let's dive right in.
Welcome to uncharted territory, newcomer. Wanna get rich?
Who doesn't?
Then you're in just the right place.
That's some pretty impressive landscapes.
Gold rush fever holds sway in Virginia City. And you lucky devil, you've won the mining rights for a promising claim in a poker game at the Red Dog Saloon.
I'm a great poker player.
Soon you'll be hauling out gold nuggets as big as a cat's head.
Somehow I doubt it. Okay, it is. We're starting, and as you can see, during those missions, we're gonna have here our main missions, and then here from time to time some bonuses task to complete. You can also find it here.
You have a gold mine all your own. The former owner, a gal at the saloon by the name of Susie, who plays a lousy hand of poker, already took care of the groundwork. And a practical woman, she left the necessary equipment behind too. Now all you have to do is to find the mine. Get an overview and find out where the riches lie.
Okay, so that's nice to also have a bit of, let's not say story. I mean, it's not a very complex story, but there's just some background information. Always makes the game a bit more interesting, I found. Good thing is you'll see from time to time tips, especially if we are not following what they say, but we can see the mission here, move the camera, zoom, rotate. So obviously this is just the beginning of the tutorial. You can use your mouse to do most of it, to zoom in and out, for example, with your middle, right? You can move with your mouse. You can also move with WASD. We can rotate and move, so zoom out and in with Z and X, or at least that's what it is on my computer, right? You can rotate easily also with the middle button of the mouse like this, tilt also up and down. You can also in the, let's go in the settings, change those elements. Let me use it in controls, invert your rotation, invert your tiling, your painting, so all those things. That's pretty good. There's kind of a lot of controls. You can see, of course, see all of the keys, so you can change all of that. So that's really good, I think, for games like this. Now they say you need to find the match. You just need to click on here, and we found it.
Promising claim. Even though only a few boulders have been mined so far, that's no reason to lose heart. You'll just have to dig deeper. You ought to get hold of some solid timber from the nearby forest, so that the fine shaft doesn't cave in. The beams will be excellent for stabilizing the tunnel. Build a station where the horse carts can be packed with logs.
Pretty big mine, and starting to show you, I mean, the graphics are not bad. Of course, it's not the most beautiful graphics you'll ever seen, but you have to remember, I mean, this is a small map and already that big, right? So for sure, this is all good. So now in the tutorial, they always show you a bit where to go, and also if you're lost, you can usually click on the mission and it goes to the right place. So let's start with trucks. The truck station, you can rotate it with N and M, and just put it here easily.
Explain to the sort of thick-skulled driver which route he should take.
Okay, let's create quickly a route. You can click here on new line. You can change the name of the line. This is Wood. What's the name of the city? I think it was Virginia. Then you can add stations, right? Just by clicking on it.
Be a small depot to park the horse-drawn carts too.
Indeed, we do need a depot to buy different trucks. So let's just put it here where they say.
All set. Now all you have to do is to get hold of a cart to transport the wood.
We can buy the vehicle. As you can see, we have two choices. One is for passenger and one is for goods like logs. So that's perfect. I think they just said to buy one, so let's just buy one, but you can change that here. You buy it.
Sturdy vehicle. The transport can get started.
And from that, you can also quickly, assign it to the route by just clicking here and assigning it.
It won't be long before it's possible to dig deeper. Well then, good luck.
So the game, we can actually see if we go inside. But the game is paused right now, so you do need to start it. We can go at different speeds. We can go fast for now. You can see it's coming out. Going to get some wood. The wood is coming from here, and this is the wood. It's called the forest. That's creating wood, delivering it here, and then my cart is taking it from here, going to deliver it here. And you can see that here we are making. It's a supply for the mine that needs timber. It's not something very, it's a bit of a mission specific. We'll see obviously different elements in the future. There's another one there. This is of course mission 1, so super simple. Not a lot of details, but yeah, you can see the truck is coming here. You can follow it. You can go inside it.
The mine only brings in a few chunks of silver ore. At best,
Shame.
get rid of it before it ruins you. Luckily, you greenhorns constantly get stranded in Virginia City, who you can peddle that confounded pit to for good money.
Okay.
You got rid of the silver mine for a decent amount. Time to invest this money in a lucrative venture. And there's an excellent opportunity. All the ore from the mine must be transported to the silver mills down by the river. A railroad that takes over the transport would be a promising venture.
Okay. The last thing I wanted to show you there, if you click, you can see how much is being transported, at what speed, how much money this is making. Because you have you make money from selling something or transporting something, but you also have maintenance. So that obviously you want that to compensate. Now, this is one thing I've seen a lot of people, on Steam and all of this asking question for. You have to be careful here. You have to actually select the terminus station. If you select this one, it's not gonna work. And the reason it's not gonna work, I'll show you actually, is if you stay at 160 lengths, you can't fit it, like there's not enough space. And if you put it at 120, the station is here, is too far from the road. So you don't get the, the silver is not being delivered. Even if you turn it the other way around, like this, you can see this is not white, versus if you put this one, we just need to turn it around. You see now the mine is white. It means the mine is going to deliver to that station, so the trains will get access to it. You do have to click on 120. If you're still on 160, you'll see it doesn't fit, but 120 fits perfectly. So let's do that.
Terrain is treacherous, requires a few very twisted curves.
Okay, so we can see once again the mission is here. You can also click, if we click on the first one, we get here. We're going to continue the road. So you go to tracks. You can see a tunnel is being created automatically. So I think that works pretty well. Obviously, when you want to make a huge road, I'll show you how to do, but you can always do small tracks and then a bigger one later. But here in this tutorial, they kind of force you to go from one point to another. You see the cost. The cost really changes depending on if you have to make tunnels. We're gonna do one there, a bridge. Let's say 800,000 versus, if I remember correctly, that was like just less than 50,000. You can see the speed, the bridge. And the bridge is pretty cool, right? It just looks nice. And here it is. Okay, so let's make a new line. It's ore. Won't make the name super complex right now because honestly it's almost already done. But let's make sure in the future when you have sort of free game, of course, when you'll be in free game, of course you'll have to be careful to make nice names, because you'll soon have many roads, many lines, and then can't remember which one is what. Okay, so you need to connect the depot. Doesn't really matter which, but what's important is, see in red, that's when it doesn't work. Too much curvature, too much slope. As here, for example, that should work, no problem.
It's high time to buy a beautiful locomotive together with a few freight cars.
Okay, so we need to buy one locomotive. We only have one choice right now, so let's buy it. But you can see all these characteristics on speed, power, and also lifespan for the maintenance, and passenger car or gondola for ore. So that's perfect. And you can see it here. So one locomotive, we can get 3 of those cards. You can start moving them. You can also have another locomotive at the end if you want. For now, that's not needed. Quite a bit of money, so you'll have to be careful about that. It takes some time to be let's say to break even. And once again, you can just select it, launch it. Let's see it. So for now, it's just costing me money in terms of maintenance, nothing else. But when we deliver the first ore, hopefully we're gonna start making money. There is of course stats that you can see here, but for now they're blocked. And you can see we picked up 4, so not 21. The maximum we could have picked up is 21, only 4. So this thing needs to start producing more. Let's see it here going. And here our first bonus task, let's accept it.
Let's have a big round of applause.
Where they want us to go into the cockpit camera, and that's something quite cool.
Hooray!
Follow your roads.
All thanks to you.
And on the bottom right, you can see the speed. And that's actually also one element that's, why you may want to use this is when you do a new route. sorry, when you do a new route, sort of test it by yourself. You go into the truck, the train, whatever it is, and you see if you're picking a speed, not picking a speed, and see where it's slowing down, maybe because it's going up, for example, and then you can destroy potentially that route, rebuild it a bit better. But here we've seen all along at 40 kilometers an hour, because it's also an old locomotive, right?
Thanks to your railroad, silver smelting is moving fast and furious.
And here,
All sorts of fine ladies and high-class gents get off in Carson City. Make sure they don't. Find out about the needs of your future passengers.
so as you can see, we're definitely not making money right now, because we didn't deliver a lot, only 4, and therefore maintenance is not enough. Now they're talking about cities and cities having needs. So let's look into that. Here you can have different ones. For now, only this one is unlocked. So let's look at it, which is the land use layer, keep at 3.
Your services are needed to the same degree everywhere in town.
And you can see 3 different elements: residential, commercial, and industrial, which usually require different elements, and we'll talk about that in the future. But here they want us to start talking about buses. And why buses? Well, the first reason why you want buses is because people need to go from their house to their work, to their shop, basically, and come back. And that's, you can definitely see that by clicking on people. I mean, each of the people you see walking or in carts or cars or things like this have a purpose, like they're all individually simulated. This one, for example, is going to a residential building at this point. You can see what he's doing to go from one to another, and you're going to want to improve that, of course. I mean, the goal is basically to provide them with perfect public services, public transport, let's say. But anyway, let's start the bus. You can see bus station. Do they tell us exactly what to do? They tell us just one in each. So, I mean, we can start. We have to put it in dot circle, I think. We can start going from there. Continue going from there. You can see there's signals, and this one is going that way, this one is going this way. And there, I want to go this way.
Make sure your coaches don't miss any stops.
So a new line, bus, Carson. Once again, making it a bit simple, but just starting here, goes there, and by default, it will go back to the beginning. So if it starts here, goes there, then it will turn around. That's something great where you don't have to just
Depot where the horses can be hitched up and the coaches can wait.
Yeah, you don't have to re-click on everything. It just will go back immediately to the end. It does need somewhere to make a U-turn in a sense, right? So here it's going to make the U-turn at the end. There it's going to make the U-turn here. Okay, so we need now the depot like we needed before. So they don't tell us where to build it. Let's just build it here towards the end. Okay.
Purchase a few coaches with horses so that you can get started.
And let's build. Yeah, we need passenger, and we can see this is this one. This is 3. Okay, you can select them all and hop.
Great. The first passengers are already waiting.
Once again, we see them coming out. You can see them not transporting anyone for now. See them maintenance.
Enterprise reports. The reporter, a certain Mr. Clemens, has revealed his source to you. An old good-for-nothing by the name of Sam Hawkins. He's supposed to be in the saloon in Virginia City. Could be it means buying him a couple of shots of hard liquor before he comes up with the truth.
We need to find clues. One thing I want to show you here is we see already people waiting. There's people waiting. So as soon as card comes, it will transport that person. You can see where the roads, the vehicles are. This one is over there. Starting. It's gonna do a U-turn now. Once again, you can see the speed, alright? Oh, I see the quest over there. And that's going to start transporting people. You can see already at 4 out of 5. Let's go to the clue. We saw it. Where? Over there. Virginia City.
The good man was happy to provide information. The monster got a few feet taller with each whiskey you bought him. Word has it that it gobbles up whole cows and picks the remains out of its teeth with a wagon tongue. Our informer thinks it's hanging around near the Ponderosa Ranch, if he's not mistaken. Where not too long ago there was nothing more than a dreary two-bit town, a magnificent little city now flourishes, thanks to your transportation services. The locals even call it the Miracle of Carson City. More and more people want to try their luck there. Obstacles shouldn't be put in their way. Get into the passenger business. Your tickets will be the hottest item in town. Make sure that the rest of the world is finally connected to Carson City, a veritable boom town.
Okay, before going to that, let's just follow this one quickly. They tell us to go to that ranch. We can click on it.
Old Cartwright and his son didn't take too kindly to your visit to the Ponderosa Ranch. Apparently, you're not the first to be hot on the monster's heels. The rancher claims that dozens laid siege to their land, but just when he was about to run them off, they hurried away towards Lake Tahoe with a paper hot off the presses in their hands. The Territorial Enterprise reports. The wild man is dead. His body was committed to the waters of Lake Tahoe, where it will sink to a depth of over 600 feet. Be encased, motionless in a block of ice, and shrink to the size of a small child due to the high pressure. Well, guess not much can be done about that.
Yeah, I'm definitely not going to swim to get him. But as you can see, some of those bonus missions are sort of just stories. Others, like the previous one, was about showing us functionalities. It's good to do them. Now let's move back to the main mission. We need to build a passenger station here in Carson City, connect it to Reno to start transporting. So let's go into that. Once again, they're sort of pushing us to do one with Terminus, which you should only really do. Can I do it? No. Which you should really do, when it is really a terminus, because otherwise your train can't really continue somewhere else. But here it's fine. And then we need to connect it. So let's just do it quick and dirty. And as I said before, because we don't have access also to the topology, so it's hard to see elements, but you can make it as long as you want, or you can start doing small elements. With small elements, they will really stay flat versus sometimes with big ones. But here we can see it's pretty good. We have tons of money also, so that's easy. I'll just make it over there. And it stays basically flat. Okay.
Buy a train arrangement that brings people from all over the world to Carson City.
So we need the depot first to be able to buy. We can put it pretty much anywhere we want. Of course, in the real game, you'll have to be careful around cost and things like this, but in space, of course. But here, just doing what we can. So now we need a locomotive and 3 passengers. So let's do it. 1, 2, 3. by
Time to inaugurate the line from Reno to Carson City, the town built on silver.
so we do need to create the line first. I forgot about that. Passenger.
There's firewood up in Glenbrook. It'll get the steam engines in the silver works puffing real nice. But watch out that you don't cross paths with the Cartwrights from the Ponderosa Ranch. They're not the kind of folks to tangle with.
Okay.
You barely got away from the Cartwright boys. Now get a respectable load of logs down to the valley as fast as possible before the ranchers come back again.
Okay. I mean, let me just... Oh, that's fine. I finished that route. So let's actually do that. We need to go here. And we need to deliver timber supply. So there are actually timber here. And there. We already have station here, but we don't have a station there. So we do need to create it first. As you can see, once again, the important thing is this thing needs to get white. So this is fine. This is fine. If we put it over there, that's too far. So now, why would you want it close or far? Well, you want your routes to be as quick as, or let's say as short as possible, right? Because the shorter they are, the more money you're gonna make, because they're gonna do it more times. So you want it to be as close as possible to the other one, and therefore as far as possible from this. Because from there to there, it basically goes instantaneously. So here is fine. I don't know if we already have a car. Yeah, there. They didn't say how many. Let's just buy 2. I do need to create the road first. Sorry about that. We need to go from there to here. And as I said, we go back here, take those road vehicles and send them. See, because I didn't rename it, I was already lost to know which one it was. And then let's go back here. We do have 1 train and we want to put it in passenger.
Off and running. Everyone is dead set on riding your beautiful railroad.
Okay, so we need to transport 20 people back and forth, and we still don't really have access to a lot of the transport element, but you can see there are people waiting at our bus stations. And where is a train? Here. And why is it stopped? I don't know why. But anyway, now it started again. The train is going. 42, that's a lot. So that's probably gonna make us lose money again. That's the way it is. Our buses are moving. You can see we have, a lot of log that's being stored here. Here it's growing. If you don't know, if you click on configure, we can increase it. I can, for example, add more cargo space. Of course, it comes at a cost. They are coming. There's also somebody waiting at the train station. So that's great. The train is going to go there. There's also somebody waiting there. So they should be taking people. We can check. See, that's a lot of money we're losing right now. 12. It's not 20, but we're getting there. So of course, don't hesitate to share any thoughts, feedback, suggestion, questions that you may have in the comments below. I'd love to hear about it, especially for the future episodes. If you want me to do something different, maybe to, spend less time explaining things and just doing it or actually doing the opposite. We're spending more time explaining things like tips and tricks. You tell me. I'm open to all elements. You can see a lot of wood being stored there. 51. The ranch is producing. We're starting to ship. They're starting to transport. Where is actually here? There's one there and one there. So it's coming. You can see minus numbers, plus numbers. That's obviously your maintenance and your income coming. And here, made money.
Silver ore processing is running at full swing, which means your transport business too.
And it is. We're getting wood here into this furnace that's helping with the silver ore processing. So all of these things are working together. It's great. We got the 3 bonus missions. Now we just need to transport people. I don't know why they said 7 when we had 12 inside the... No? At least now there's 20. So that should be good. So almost there. Hope you liked this episode. If you did, don't hesitate to press the like button and to subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. I will, of course, share more episodes soon and answer all of the comments as soon as I can. It's also great to see, likes and new subscribers joining. A lot of people waiting. And now we can also see, are we making money on this train? Well, not yet. But now it's almost full. What's fun is that there was 20 people in, but only 19 came out. So one decided to just go back to Carson. Seems. Well, at least now you can see it's almost full, which means I think we're definitely gonna be making money by the time we get there, hopefully. And we have, of course, the maintenance all this way. We can see that. Okay, almost there, but we know we are gonna have to go back actually, so it will take just a few more minutes. So don't hesitate, to share any thoughts, feedback, things you want to see either during. And as you can see now, we're making good money, and it's getting almost full again. So it's great. There's definitely people that want to navigate from one to the other, be it for work or other things. So yeah, we're making money, so that's a good route. That's the thing with trains, is usually you can make quite good money, but they also cost a lot. I mean, I don't remember how much it was, but to make all of these, especially here, we didn't have to make it. It was already there, but in normal game you would have to make this bridge. That's cost a lot. But yeah, we're almost there. So this is the end of this first episode. I hope you liked it. Don't hesitate to share also, if your blog somehow, maybe you missed what I said here, which is you need terminus station. If you don't, it's not gonna work. Or I don't know, maybe you missed something, and then just don't hesitate to tell me. And here it is, ladies and gents, the silver business is doing splendidly. Many an opportunity suggests itself to spend those silver dollars you so richly deserve. And we got all 3 bonuses. So thanks for watching. Hope you liked this episode. Do press the like button if you did, and hope to see you next time.